Okay, so either starting on a bed or starting on the chair, you know, and using the equipment for when you are needing it, and honoring that using that equipment is an art, another healing art is to decide I need this piece of equipment or that piece. I'm going to come down to the floor to start because it's nice to feel the body, for me, to reconnect with the earth more fully, with the gravity that you can feel with the body on the floor. You can also be on a couch for some of this. It's not that we don't do a lot of really extreme type of yoga. So first it's just starting out and breathing. And you are embodied light. So continuing to hold, this understanding of the cosmic understanding of who you are. And that are, as we have discovered more of the cosmos, we have expanded our consciousness to be able to go way out there, to travel the universe, you might say, especially those of you that have done time traveling or the shamanic journey process or some other process that is a dream state process, either lucid dreaming or the being able to vividly see your dreams within yourself during sleep. They're all related to a higher consciousness place that involves the pineal gland. And some of it's connected to understanding science, to understanding quantum physics, to seeing the images of what we think it all looks like, to look at what space looks like, because who are we? We are made of the stuff of stars. The whole universe is made of the stuff that's made of us. So what is it really? We don't know. It's cosmic interest. It's interesting. It just is, you go, wow. You just stay in awe and wonder. And awe and wonder are two of the qualities of knowing what love feels like when you go, wow. That expansiveness of the heart that goes, wow. Ah, that's awesomeness. Then, no matter where you are, even on the chair, just drop the knees side to side. Usually I have to come up to the edge of a chair, but you're going to practice on the chair. How far up on the particular chair you have, because all chairs are different. So every chair will give you a slightly different chair yoga experience. Knees side to side. And we're just going to explore and be in a very gentle, meditative kind of understanding of how can you stay in a gentle place as we breathe the cosmic energy into our understanding. So breathing cosmic energy is also the awesomeness of what gratitude brings as you bring your knees to one side, gentle, moderate, or vigorous, using blocks or not. If you're on a chair, turn to the side, put your hands on the back of the chair, or just twist to the side. Turn the head opposite. Breathing into the twist and feeling it. Again, a gentle thing would be to take a block, put it between your knees. How gentle do you want to be? Moderate is knees, feet, and thighs on top of each other. Maybe a block behind you that will push you further over to the right side. And then maybe you want to take the bottom foot and just do a crossing over. And that gives you a weight on top of that left knee, or whatever side you're on. And that's pretty serious. That's a pretty serious twist. You can always give it a little bit of support with a block, but you're deciding how far do you want to go? What's going to be the best for your body, mind, spirit, physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, relational self for today? Or for whatever part of your day you're in and the next part of your day. Honor that you've taken this time out to do a practice that's going to just give you a little separation between all the regular movements in life and the decisions we make as with moment to moment, and And then the time to pause, and taking time to pause in a physical practice, but it's also a spiritual practice. And it's also just a meditation practice. It's considered meditation in motion, meditation in a shape. Then take this shape and change directions. And again, I kind of like this one where you put the block behind you. It keeps you folded over a little bit more. The knees go on top of each other. But the one with the knees, gentle would be knees, block between the knees. And on the chair, you just kind of wiggle yourself to the other side of the chair and put your hands on the back of the chair, or just turn to the side. And patience with the breath, patience with the visions, patience with bringing in gratitude through the heart. Faith that this gratitude that you bring in touches the neural pathways of the brain and expands your electromagnetic spectrum, and expands the electromagnetic energy out from the heart. Faith that it's working, that all of you who come together here, and all the people that aren't here that we can bring into our consciousness, and all the circles of women that you know, or your family members, you can bring them all in and send them this moment of pause, this moment of grace, this moment of relaxation and an exploration of a shape. What part of my body touches the floor? What part of my body doesn't? How does my breath feel in my body? Are my shoulders on the floor? How do my neck and shoulders feel? Can I use my faith to make an image of the release of tension from anywhere I need that tension released? And you can see the tension leaving your body with an image. When you use the pineal gland and you make images, and you make neural pathways that make that image, and you use it over and over again, you can use it as a healing art. And say, tension in my shoulders, many blessings to you. I know you're there for some reason, but please, I don't need you right now. Please let go. Leave the tension into the earth. Let the earth take the tension, or let it go out into the ethers of this cosmic energy. Let it be transformed. Then undo from this posture and pull your knees into your chest. So if you're on a chair, sometimes you have to do one knee at a time. If you're on a chair, sometimes you have to sit back all the way on the chair, and you can pull both knees in. You might do one knee at a time and see if you can roll the ankle. Or if you're on the floor or on a bed, you can pull both knees in. And that lower back tension, start to feel it now. Where does it start? Where is it? Where does your consciousness tell you? What does it tell you about why you have it? So bringing that tension in and letting that tension and understanding it, and say, thank you, tension, for teaching me whatever you're teaching me, for showing me where my tension is. That I do have tension, that I'm holding something, and I'm holding it in my body. And so let it go. So pulling those knees in, rolling the ankles, pointing and flexing the feet, sort of just getting it all moving. Then roll the knees in a circle that massages that lower back. And a lot of people, we all seem to, the lower back seems to be a place of holding tension. And I'll tell you one thing, that it's very likely that we sit too much. And then sometimes if I stand too much, my legs will take it on. My knees will take it on, or my sciatic nerve will take it on. Something will go. And then change directions with that roll. And if you're on a chair, you can't quite get to that lower back, but if you're on if you lie down on the couch, you can pull your knees in. And roll, and then pull the knees in and open them wide. You can do this on a chair, so the legs just come wide, so you feel that. And then bring your head up and look through your legs, and just see if your neck and shoulders will take that. Otherwise, don't look up. but just feel the opening, flex the feet. You can let go of the arms or not. And if you're on a chair, you can just fold over down to as far down to the floor as you can with your hands on your knees. This is the reclined frog. Squeeze at the pelvic floor. This is a very gentle way of getting those abdominals activated. And what you want to do is at least activate them every day, just something. And then down. And then knee to elbow, because you could do this anywhere. You know, your hands can be behind your head, your hands can be down on the knee. You can do this in a chair. And this is partly for just crossing the wires of the brain. We know this through energy medicine. And you can do it with elbows. You can do elbows on the chair too, if your body will allow you. And you can lengthen out or bring your feet up and exhale on each side. And you can lengthen one leg out if you want. You can lengthen and lower if you've got that strength. Both an abdominal, this is both an abdominal exercise and also just a brain crossing. You have to cross the brain every day. Some people, those children that we know that have a hard time learning to read, sometimes it's because their brains don't cross over. They need training in their body to get the brain to cross over. And something like sweeping is really good for children because it makes them cross over. So walking, marching with opposite hand, opposite leg, then hold for a moment and just feel that. Again, foot can be on the floor, other foot can be, up. And then again, switch legs, hold. Don't hold the breath. Take a breath in and out. And then let it go. Pull the knees in. Then again, we'll just sort of stretch out the body a little bit. Since we've got the bed, the chair, and the floor, bring the right ankle over the left. And remember, you can have your left foot on a wall. You can have it on a chair or up against a couch, or you can be on a chair, and you're just working with that, that right piriformis and the right hip. And you can take the right knee and press it away. And you'll be doing muscle energy technique from osteopathy and release it. Now, if you use a strap or take your hands behind your left knee, it's called thread the needle, and you can still press that knee away. And maybe when you release it, you can pull in a little further. If you've got the flexibility, and I don't know who has that, but you can always take your hands and put it on top of that left knee. But my body can't do that anymore. It used to do that because my pelvis has gotten very stiff with I imagine with the aging, but also with the osteoporosis. So here, just, working with this for a moment and seeing if this works for you. Roll the left ankle and just make sure that leg is not taking any tension on. Now, if your hands do this and your body does this, you can let the head tilt back as much as it needs to and the shoulders pull forward with a very interesting stretch. And then you can always join me with a little extra strengthening, but you don't have to. Catch the right knee with the right hand, catch the right foot with the left hand, lengthen out, lift the head up or not, and then raise and lower. Now, if you didn't lift the head up, you might want to just tap the foot on the floor. But you're pulling that leg in and stretching that iliotibial band a little bit more. Point and flex, add the breath, and you're strengthening your quad. On the floor. Now, on the chair, you might try just staying with the stretch of the hip and folding over, folding your body down towards the chair. And hold for a moment if you're doing this one with me, and then drop down and drop down. Releasing that right side and just taking a moment of stillness to feel, and then stretching out. Now, if you're on the chair, you can just take a moment to stand up and stretch, or just stretch the arms up. Inhale, hold the breath, stretch, stretch, stretch. And then release. Now, again, if you have tension in the shoulders, then do a little exploration of, does this feel good to put the arms above your head? Do they need to be bent? Do they need to be down by your sides? All of it is an exploration for you of what you're trying to reset. In osteopathy, they say you reset the muscles in a neutral position by just leaving them there, wherever it feels most loose. And you can take one hand, go over to the other side, squeeze there at the neck and shoulders, feel what muscles are holding and what muscles are releasing. Then bring the feet onto the floor and take the left ankle over the right knee and decide here, do you just keep it like this? Do you use blocks or something to lift up? You know, if you put your foot on the wall or a chair, you're going to get that, the natural, you don't have to do anything with your hands. Same with a block. Same with if you're sitting on a chair and crossing the ankle over. You can take the left hand and press that left knee away, sorry. And, or you can use your own muscles and press it away. And that's going to help a little bit. It's called muscle energy technique. It's making the muscle, tensing the muscle and then releasing it. It's a little bit like that active isolated stretching in a way. It does a similar thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if active isolated stretching came a little bit from osteopathy, or just the understanding of movement in the body and how to release muscles as we've evolved our understanding. So then the lacing the fingers behind the knee is another possibility. Let the head do what it needs to do to be relaxed. So my head naturally tilts back a little bit and the arms pull forward. And sometimes when you have a little scoliosis, like I have just a little bit in that thoracic spine, well, that will cause my head to want to do this. Some people will have a flat head, your back further onto the back of the head. And then if you have you can still press away with that left knee using your muscles and pull in. And maybe if your body does this and it loves it, then maybe you'll get your hands on the top of that knee. And my body does this on this side better than it can do it on the right side. So interesting. It's always interesting to look at both sides of the body, see the imbalances. We're not, equal. We have a dominant side. So, and then those of you who want to join me in pulling in a little deeper, you take the right hand on the left foot, you take the left hand on the left knee, and you pull in. And if you're on a chair, you're just going to put your feet on the floor, the right foot, and you're just going to fold forward. And just see what you can do with this posture to help your pelvis. And then lengthen out the right leg, lift the head up. And then if you want to, you can strengthen the quad here. If you have knee issues, quad strengthening is one of the keys to holding the knee up by strengthening the four muscles of the quad. Inhale and exhale, point and flex if you want. And then hold, but don't hold your breath. Just hold there for a moment. The body is fully engaged here, including the neck and shoulders. So if you're having trouble with your neck and shoulders, you can just not do this or put your head down on a cushion. And then let it go. Let the other side go. Take a moment just to feel. Meditation in motion. I am embodied light. Faith, surrender, patience, self-acceptance of the moment. That's all we're doing here, really. Yoga is a form to bring us more into the body so that we can be more present in the moment in this body and not get disembodied, not be in our head so much that we're out there. Staying fully present, being part of the earth. I am embodied light. I am filled with light, both from the earth and from the cosmic, from the cosmos. Okay. Then you can either You can do bridge. Okay, we're going to just use it a little, get our spine off the floor. So you can do bridge. You can also come, so you could do, this one we've done a lot. Inhale, exhale, come down, inhale. This one strengthens the glutes. Inhale up, exhale down. But you can also sit on the edge of a chair and just do cat-cow on the chair, where you're just moving the spine from the edge of a chair to get it going. And you can also do this from your hands and knees. So you don't get the full spine as much with the bridge. So we're going to come over onto our hands and knees in a moment, but if it works for you better and you want more movement of the spine. So I'm just going to hold in this posture for a moment of the bridge just to strengthen my glutes, because that's the back body strengthening for the core. At least it's the easiest one to do. And we can play with this. Like when you're on a bed, things get a little too soft for doing some of these other things. So we're going to roll over to our side. We came down, and roll over to your side and press up into mermaid position. And then come right to our hands and knees. And those of you on a chair, you can go to put your hands on a table. You can stand up. You can just find a way to move your spine. And if you're on the bed, you might want to go to a chair and then move your spines from there. So I want to move my spine more, because the 6 movements of the spine, there's just no substitute for them. So, complete movement here where you have freedom. And you feel the body in a whole new way. Feel the stretch of the body when you come into what's known as the cow. And the cat-cow, because the cat is the hissing cat. A lot of postures are named for their shape. And the cow is like, they always have a very curved spine. You see them out in the fields chewing their cud, but you're just breathing. You can look straight ahead, or your eyes can be closed. You want an inward experience or an outward, focusing, breathing. You can play with this in motion. So you have lots of options here. You can put it in motion. You can put it in stillness. So down, around, and up, down, around, and up. And the other direction. And again, you can do various things on the chair. You can roll your body down, have your hands touch the floor, roll your body back up. You can sit on the edge of the chair, and you can go forward and back with the spine. And then for those of you who want, you're folding over into child. So remember, child can be widened legs, and the arms come down, the head comes down. Knees can be together, and you're folding back. On the chair, you fold down. You just fold down. You can do child on the bed, but it's a little bit squishy sometimes. So you just sit on a chair and fold over. Now, puppy stretch is the option here too. Remember that there's puppy stretch. You're down on your elbows. You hold your head up. Your buttocks is kind of in the air. You have a curved spine, but you don't have to fold back, especially if those knees don't do that. If you have tension in the lower back, though, what's kind of nice is to go back and feel that tension. Where is it? And forward. And this posture, the child will help with the tension in the lower back. Breathe into the lower back and feel the expansion there. The breath will always stretch you. So taking these pauses, even if it's just to do one posture, and whatever posture is the one you need most, make it a little bit of a discipline to say, I'm going to do that posture 5 times a day, not just once. Then anybody who wants to join me in a deeper back bend comes up, and you're here in upward dog. And we've done this a lot, but you have lots of choices, coming back and going up and coming back. And you're just making the choice that's right for you. Now you can do upward dog, having your hands on the bottom or back of the chair, or on a wall, or you could do it on a table. You know, you can get the body doing a little deeper back bend. Then we're going to come up just for a moment because we're doing a very gentle practice today, but I want to stretch the backs of my legs, and this is a good way to do it. You can get down on your back and you can get a strap and you can work your legs that way, or you can tuck the toes and you can have your hands on the chair, bottom of a chair, or you can have your hands on a table or a wall or on your back using a chair. Just find a way to stretch your hamstrings. Stretching the hamstrings. Because all of the tightness in our legs is related to the tension in the lower back. I'm going to come up just for a moment so we can do 2 things for the shoulders. You can do this in a chair. Bend the knees and come up, and arms come up and back. And shake it out. So you can do this in a chair, or you can do it with a strap, or you can do it standing, you know, or I don't know what you can do on the bed. You might be able to do this one on the bed. You take the right arm, bring the left arm under, and you see if you can go back to back with hands, or your hands twist around and you go palm to palm and roll the, it's like kind of like hugging yourself. That might be another thing to do. But if you can do this one, then you just do a circle and just see how that circle feels. And again, and you can easily be on a chair. Here we go, you know. You could probably do this lying down in bed, is to probably bring the, shoulders together. Now, the other one is to bring our shoulders open and back. And you can do this on a chair too. You lace the fingers, or you use a strap of some sort to widen it out if your shoulders don't go together. But you want to just lift and lower and lift and lower. And you can do that seated on a chair. And you're just, just a little bit. And then maybe you can fold over, either standing or on the chair. And you want to create that tension because you're going to release that tension. So, knees bent, maybe you're going to fold over. Maybe you have a strap there instead of your hands laced. And then back. And then shake it out. Really shake it out. Shake the whole body out. Now, if you're on a chair and you don't want to stand up, you can shake out the arms. You can shake out a leg. You can shake out the other leg, Can't usually shake out both of them at one time. It doesn't work as well. But you can do that on a bed, so. All right. Now we're going to come back down to the floor. Drop the chin to the chest and roll down the spine. So you come back onto a chair, whatever you're in your bed or wherever you are. Heel walk the legs, or just take a moment on each side and let that stretch for a moment, and let the other side stretch. And then down to the knees. And here this is something you can't really do on a chair unless you put your knee on the chair, but we're going to come over to our left side first and stretch the quad. Because the quad, now you can do this with the dancer standing if you want to do a standing posture, if you want to do a standing balancing posture. And you can put your knee on the chair standing, and you can catch that knee and pull it. So you want to try to get the quad in a place where you can stretch it. And this is so if you're, because of the few of you that mentioned the lower back, the quad and the hamstrings are sometimes the things that are really making it a difficult lower back strain. So you want to play with that. And if you take walks, if you're a walker, then these two things also, the quads and the hamstrings, need a stretch. So breathe into that stretch. This will require, you can use a strap. Let me see if I've got my strap. You can use a strap, if your arm doesn't reach down there. Okay. Then we're going to roll over to the other side. which I'm going to have to do a little switcheroo here so you can see me if you're seeing me, and you catch the opposite leg. Now, again, your leg, your bottom leg is sort of a support, and you're just pulling and you're moving that leg backward as far as it needs to go to start feeling what's going on in the quad. And then finding ways to stretch the quads and the hamstrings during the day or after, before and after a walk. It's about taking the pause, taking the time to pay attention to what our lives can do, where we get speedy and all the things we're doing that are so great, but we're not taking time to actually recognize that we're building up the strain in the body for whatever we're doing. And then lengthening that leg out, coming back onto your back. Lengthening out for a moment and shaking everything out. Then the cerebral spinal fluid balancer with the pushing off from the feet. And this again, this is not, I don't know a way to do it in a chair. You really do have to have the support of the front surface of your body or the back surface of your body, but it sure feels good. And there's a lot going on here for it to feel this way. So again, another thing to do throughout the day, if you're having a rough day and you've got some different body systems that are not working properly, doing this cerebral spinal fluid balancer will help. It just about helps everything. It's a healing, part of the healing art that is osteopathy. And then slow that down. Take a moment. Now, I need to put my legs up. It's like putting your legs up the wall, or you can put your legs, bend your knees and put them over a chair. But I like putting my legs up, freedom here, just because I could move to a wall, and it's a different thing. It actually helps the backs of your legs stretch a little bit better to move to a wall. But here, I'm just gonna do this one today. Remember, if you have a posture that you love, or you just want to close with a longer shavasana, just a meditation, go back to whatever you learned from the meditation of being embodied light. I am embodied light. I am that I am, and I am my I am presence, and I'm at one with all that is. And I have faith and patience. And I surrender to what is. Because when I don't surrender to what is, then somehow it hurts. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to surrender to what is. And then I'm going to have self-acceptance. And in this moment, I'm going to embrace myself with love. Embrace myself with gratitude. And the awesomeness, the awesome person that I am. And I'm going to embrace myself in my ability to wonder and to find the wonder on the planet, to find the wonder in the smallest of things, to find the wonder in the spring flowers just showing themselves. And the daffodils, some of the daffodils, the early ones that are showing, they're yellow. And embrace myself in the wonder that I am light. I am embodied light. And the wonder of how we each are so different in our little expression of the light that we are. And how the light that we are somehow has come down through the ages, through our lineage, through our ancestors, and that we actually shine a light that comes from them as well. Somehow. It's all part of a big wondering the amazing nature of the universe and how we're part of it. The amazing nature of quantum, our quantum understanding, and living life from the quantum perspective. And knowing right now, humanity's just evolving to be able to live in the new understanding of our expanded consciousness to the 12 chakras, the 12 aspects of deity, the 12 lost strands of DNA, and the circle of the sacred 12, and the new way of the rosary, and the expansion of the understanding of the universe and what we know of it. It's very colorful and filled with light and filled with galaxies and filled with planets. And sometimes there's galaxies that are bumping into other galaxies. So it's full of like explosions, you know, and this is the universe. And this is the human. We're simply reflecting. And we are embodied light. And sometimes two lights come together in union, and sometimes two lights repel in separation. And what a way to look at yourself as you walk through the world, as you spread your light and your love and your wonder and your awe, and as you let your faith expand and your patience expand. And your surrender, calm you in surrendering, and your self-acceptance to be just as it is, all is well. I'm going to bring my feet down to the floor and release this posture into the bridge and extend my legs out into a moment of a back bend, still being held up by the block. And then take the block out and bring myself down into constructive rest, which is a little easier on the lower back unless you put a bolster under your knees. And I know that we always go over, at least 5 minutes over. So just surrendering to the natural ending that we have. Bringing our hands together at the heart. First, lacing the fingers back into that symbol of I am embodied light. And then bringing the thumbs and the pinkies together and letting that light shine up to your face. From the heart to the upper chakras, through the throat chakra, speaking your truth, to the sixth chakra, the seventh chakra, and on up. Opening the fingertips up to like the symbol of light shining upward from the heart. And then to close the fingers together in namaste. Hello, goodbye, I honor you. I honor myself. Namaste. Peace, shalom, salam, pak shante, pache, mir, malohia, Frieden, hang sang. May we have peace. And may what we do here go out onto the world and make more peace while we first make peace inside ourselves, so that we can open ourselves and let our light shine out. Then I'm going to close today for myself, and you can join me in 5-pointed star and just feel that on the earth, sending the light out my fingertips, my toes, and the crown of my head. Bringing back the image of the flower of life, knowing that we are this geometric form, and the earth is circled by all of these geometric forms called the flower of life. And if you could see the earth from space, it would shine that light. Then just stay there if you need to. Just stay in that meditation of I am light, I am embodied light. And then those of you who want to join me back on the screen, I'm going to roll over first in fetal posture. It's just another shape. Feel gravity pull the body in a certain way. Then coming up to mermaid position and letting it settle. Taking a breath. Feeling the relaxation. Feeling your shape. And then coming up onto hands and knees. Taking my left foot forward, my right foot back, and coming forward. Namaste. Thanks for being here. And I'm going to come back to the screen and stop the recording and remove the pin.